He's Rich Eisen from The Rich Eisen Show on DirecTV and also the host of the NFL Network, and he joins us on the show. Rich, how are we today?
I'm fine, DP. How are you, sir?
I'm great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
All right.
Good to hear that.
It's a light blue zip-up you got there.
I do have a light blue zip-up. It's to match your eyes, Dan.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
See, I knew we were going to be on camera together today.
No, I like that. I
knew we were
this.
going to be. Okay.
Who picks out your clothes?
I do. Dan, I do. What do you, when you ask questions like that, that's infused with the idea that I don't pick out my clothes?
Do you pick out your clothes on the NFL Network?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do. Who picks out that fine Callaway pullover you've got going on?
That's me. But that's infused with something there.
Well, yes, it is, Dan.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
I pick this out. I don't pick out my suits on Football Night in America, though.
Who does? Dungy?
Sometimes, or Peter King.
Okay, PK?
Yeah.
You go PK?
Peter King.
PK picks it up?
He's a close horse.
Florio?
Yeah. Florio sometimes, but he's more with hair and makeup.
Yeah. Seriously, who spends more time in hair and makeup, you or Florio? Who does? Come on, be honest.
Costas.
Oh, you went next level, Dan.
Yeah, I think Bob does.
You went next level.
I think Bobby does.
You went next level.
You know, Florio's he's not one of those guys who's going to spend a lot of time in the makeup chair. He's not going to. He doesn't need to. No, he doesn't need to. He's an insider. He's an insider.
What? So what does that mean? Insiders need makeup too, Dan.
Really?
You know? Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, if he's on camera. That's all I'm saying.
Did you?
I saw.
What?
I saw Costas last night.
You
Dan.
did? And?
I did.
And?
I did. He says hello.
Well,
he says hello. See, I learned how to name drop from you, Dan. All these 16, 17 years. It was Al Michaels' book party last night here in Los Angeles.
Nice.
And pretty much everybody was here but you. And you were definitely missed. Your name was mentioned many different times.
Okay, the most famous person in the room was who?
The most famous person in the room. Great question. I think it's gotta be Al, right? And Costas, Al, Doc Rivers was there. Bob Kraft, he was there. All sorts of people from our industry were there. But I guess Al and Bob would probably go back and forth. And Al told a great basketball story.
Oh, I know.
Last night.
Yes. I did not know when I did basketball that those guys who gave us South Park, I mean, that they've been incredible. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
Trey Parker and Trey Stone and Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
And then they gave us Book of Mormon, South Park.
Yes.
And they're the stars in basketball. And I'm thinking,
Team America.
These guys are just two goofballs. And I didn't realize, that they're comic geniuses. Because it was kind of hard to decipher that from the script in basketball.
But if you had a chance to go to your IMDb page right now, Dan, and erase one title from it, would it be basketball?
I wouldn't erase any of them. I'm proud of all of my films. Do you realize that, I've been a part of over $1 billion at the box office? My movies have made over $1 billion at the box office.
That's like Bill Wennington and Michael Jordan combining for 57 points that one time in Madison Square Garden.
And?
Wait,
what's the problem? Do you know that Bill Wennington's ring looks the same as Michael Jordan's does, Rich?
It does. You are correct, sir.
Yeah.
You're correct. No one can ever take that away from you, Dan. I don't know who would, but you're right.
I'm box office gold, Rich. Box office gold. $1 billion at the box office. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Okay.
Did you make your decision on John Manziel? Is he starting this week against the Colts?
Oh, yes, sirree, Dan. I am so excited. Mike Pettin better not take this away from me. he better go ahead and do this. Apparently, he's making that call in about an hour. And, oh, please, Mike, don't you dare go back to Brian Hoyer. This is what we live for. Johnny Manziel starting a football game for a 7-5 team, a team that needs that spark. And this guy, what he brings to the table for folks like you and me, Dan, it is just manna from heaven. I am not shameful at all when I admit this is catnip to the national media, the NFL media. This is what we live for.
What kind of ratings boost do you see if Manziel starts?
Monster ones.
Yeah.
Dan, I said it on my show yesterday and the day before yesterday. The first round of the draft that I hosted for NFL Network, and I'm sure the same numbers at the mothership were seen, the first round was through the roof for a reason. It's because Manziel dropped to 22, and everyone was wondering when he was going to get chosen, and other people were loving watching him drop. And that is the type of guy that every sport is looking for, and he is that guy for the NFL right now. And I hope he starts. It would make Cleveland versus Indianapolis as much of must-see television as even that Sunday night game that's teed up for you guys this week in a great way, with San Diego sitting at 8-4 and New England. And San Diego, by the way, with this game this week and Denver at home next week, they have an opportunity over the next 4 weeks to be the #1 seed in the AFC if they continue to win out. All that said, Manziel taking on the Colts, I'm not ashamed.
Rich,
yes.
I hate to do this to you.
What?
Johnny Manziel's not starting.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Are you breaking news to me?
Jay Glazer is reporting Brian Hoyer has been informed he will start against the Indianapolis Colts.
This is a stunner, Dan. I'm livid. I'm livid that Mike Pettin would take this away.
He would take our John Manziel away from us.
Yes, Dan.
I said that Hoyer deserved to start. He got you to 7 wins, but he's going to play himself out of that starting role if he doesn't perform. Here's the big key I have here is Manziel, I think, will play against the Colts. I think you owe it to Hoyer. He got you to this point. He hasn't played well in the last couple of weeks, but you have to decide if Hoyer's your future or if Manziel can play. That's really the big dilemma that this team has. I think Hoyer is going to start, deserves to start, but I think Manziel is going to be the future of this team.
You know, obviously I'm having a little bit of fun here, but and we don't know what Manziel's looked like in practice. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes. We have no idea of the many factors that Mike Pettin has in front of him to make this decision. So, you know, and going to Hoyer is the adult thing to do, you know, for the lack of a better phrase.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Manziel, what he looked like in that first drive, and I know you can't make an entire season-based decision on that, but it's at some point it's going to be Cleveland's decision to move to Johnny Manziel, and to do it in December, man, that would be great. So I hope for one of the only times Glazer's ever been wrong. I'm sure he's spot on with this one. But that's depressing, Dan. That's depressing news, I just got to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. Hey, I heard Darius Rucker compose right off the top of his head another stat of the day jingle. Can I have that one too, Dan?
You can. What else do you want for your show? Do you want Seton?
That big.
You want Fritzy?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I'll
Okay. Rich.
Listen.
Rich, I want you to pick one Danette.
Yeah.
Pick one Danette.
Oh, you know, I've answered this already. You don't make me say it again, Dan. I don't want to say it again. I take Fritz. I'll take Fritz. I take Fritz right now. I love Ben Nygaard, the guy who does the job for this show. I love him.
Well, not that much. You said you'd take Fritzy.
I'd take Fritz. I'd take him right now. I'd take him. Where is he?
I'll take your guy. He's sick. He's sick.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Fritzy is.
You know,
he's got.
You know, Dan, I
issues.
had to suspend one of my guys for the first hour of the show yesterday, Chris Law, because he missed his flight back from Philadelphia on Sunday night, Thanksgiving night. I had Jim Moore of UCLA said I should bench him for the first hour of the show yesterday and make other people do his job and make him watch. And it wasn't easy. So I know, what you go through to discipline your guys. It's not easy what you do, Dan.
Well, you went Belichick. You went Jonas Gray on him, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't?
Yes,
was it too harsh, you
absolutely.
think, what I did?
Oh, yeah, I would do the same thing with these guys. I've kicked these guys out of the room before. McLevin's been kicked out of the room before for things.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I have no problem with that.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I feel better about I can't believe Pettin's going to Hoyer.
Yeah, I know.
Really?
Yeah, I know. Yep. Jay Glazer reporting
bummer.
that. Who's on the show coming up top of the hour?
We've got Timmy B, Tim Brando.
Oh,
good old Timmy B from back in the
Timmy
day.
B. You got to ask Tim Brando. About the big screens there that we had in the newsroom at Sports Center, where you'd have like 9 different games up there, and then the bottom right corner monitor, the adult entertainment monitor.
I've heard this story before.
So
you want me to ask him?
We're writing Sports Center, and Tim Brando was in there, and Berman was in there, and poor Carrie Ross is over to the side, and she was typing away. Right above her is the adult entertainment monitor in the old ESPN newsroom. Ask Timmy B, because Timmy B loved that bottom right monitor. Statute of limitations is over, so he can answer it.
It is. It's been a long time. Okay. Yeah. He's on. LaShawn McCoy is on. John McGinley is on. And Schoolboy Q, Dan, for Schoolboy Q.
The younger demo.
Is on the Rich Eisen show. Yeah. Because
I love his
I'm
early
expanding
stuff.
the brand.
Yeah, I love his early stuff.
Did you really?
Yeah, I do love his stuff.
Yeah.
So John McGinley from Scrubs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ground Floor on TBS. Yeah.
Okay.
Knicks and Chicks.
Okay, this is what you need to do with John McGinley. Not to tell you what to do with your show.
No, it's all right, Dan.
Go John Scrubs era, Jason Garrett side by side, ball game. Just making plays.
Two box it?
Yes.
Two box it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then accept your Emmy.
Dan, you've left me in a better spot than I was 12 minutes ago.
With the John Manziel
when I
decision?
first came on this show.
Yep.
Yes, and I'm going to have to gather myself and collect myself to get ready for this program.
You got to be a pro.
I cannot believe Mike Pettin did the adult thing. I got to be a pro. You're right. I just got to matriculate my way down the rundown and take it one story at a time and hope for the best, Dan. I don't have a crystal ball, but it is what it is, and I can only control what I can control, and I can't control Mike Pettin.
All right. Keep your head up. The blue sweater looks great. It does. It looks wonderful. Thank you, Rich.
That does not sound
No, that does. I love
genuine.
it. I love that.
It does not sound genuine.
That.
Thank you.
I love that.
Thank you. Thank you, DJ.
All right, Rich.
Appreciate it.
It's Rich Eisen for the NFL Network. The Rich Eisen Show coming up top of the hour on DirecTV's Audience Channel 239. That's Rich Eisen.